Alright, Colton. Get out of here, bro.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy CB back at you with another video. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get a 30 bomb for yourself. I'm going to be showing you how I do it, and then hopefully it helps you be able to do it yourself on your own. Before I get started on the video, I have a few requests. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We really want to get as many subscribers as we can to help our channel grow. And also, if you already subscribed and you support the channel, please watch our entire videos and don't just watch the beginning, because right now what we need most is watch time so that we can get our own supported creator code, so that we can do custom, so we can do all this fun stuff. We just need you guys to watch the videos. That's literally all we need, because we just need the watch time. We have most of the other stuff down. So please watch the whole videos. Liking helps. Subscribing obviously is super important if you're new to this channel. So please help support us and help us grow. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And now I'm going to teach you guys how to do it. A really important part, in my opinion, is getting a good drop and then knowing where the most people are going to be from the drop so that you can get the most off spawn. And in my opinion, you need to be getting at least 10 off spawn. But it's possible to get a 30 bomb without getting 10 off spawn, but it's a good baseline number. If you can get 10 off spawn and then quickly get out of wherever you landed, that's usually a pretty good start. This game, that's pretty much what happens, so that's kind of why I'm saying it, but in general, 10's a good number. You also don't want to spend much time looting. That's a mistake a lot of people make. They spend like an hour looting up, and then by the time they've got good stuff, everyone's dead. You gotta, once you get decent guns, it doesn't have to be good, like a TAC and a AR or an SMG. Anything decent, you just gotta go and just try to get as many off spawn as you can and then instantly get out. If you don't have shield, sometimes that's a reason to keep looting, opening chests, to try to find minis or something, but in general you can't spend much time looting or else you're not going to get a very good game. Some basic things I think that are important is, if you cannot edit well or build well, just go into creative and practice that stuff, because obviously that stuff's important, but you guys all know that, like, just basic skills are going to help you get higher kill games. And then you gotta want to know how to play fights. Like, you gotta know when to do certain things. You gotta know when to just hold up and just like wait for them to come to you. You gotta know when you gotta push high ground. Usually the play is gonna be to try and get above your opponent at all times, which you'll see up here. But like right here, I don't just jump in because there's guys to the left and the right, and you don't want to get in a spot where you're getting sprayed from both sides. Like right there, I shoot and then I build right below me so that I can stay above him, because keeping high ground is important and it makes winning the fights a lot easier. As you see here, I just do basic builds, just a simple 180 after building double ramps up to get above him, and then once I get above him, I pretty much just try and hold the high ground. And I missed the shot there, but it doesn't matter, because if you build after you shoot, they're not going to hit you, so as long as they're not hitting you, you're not going to die. And you just got to get them eventually, obviously. And then another thing people do that I think is a big mistake is they are always trying to thirst. Like right there, I get the knock, and I'm not trying to thirst because I know there's still guys near me in ways that I could die, so I don't worry about thirsting. A lot of the times what happens is, if someone gets knocked, a teammate will go and try to revive him on their team, and that can be really easy to get them knocked, because if they're reviving, they obviously can't shoot you, so if you just get them while they're trying to revive, that's a pretty easy kill. As of right now, the gun I prioritize for shotguns is the gold TAC. That right now I think is the best shotgun. The blue pump is really close, but I just think the TAC's better, because if I have a TAC, I don't need an SMG, whereas if I have a pump, I pretty much need an SMG or else I'm just screwed. So that's why I like the purple. I like the purple or gold TACs more than the pumps right now, but I like the pumps more than the blue, gray, and green TACs. Another thing I think is really important is to prioritize movement items. So like shockwave grenades, obviously launch pads, because a lot of the time it's going to be a matter of how quickly can you get from one area to another between fights. That determines whether or not you're going to get like a 30 bomb or whether you're going to get like a 20 or something. Obviously traps and campfires, all those kind of items are just really important, and if you have them, it makes it a lot easier. Like right there, easy trap kills like that. And then my preferred AR is either a SCAR or an infantry. I pretty much take ARs. I take infantry over AR and then SCAR over infantry. And then other ARs like scoped ARs and the heavy, they're like alright, but I prefer either a SCAR or a infantry. Being able to build a floor right below you, right after you shoot to someone that's below you, I think is really important. And you're going to see right up here why it's so easy, because they literally cannot touch you when you're doing that. So just what I did is I set up a floor button on my HUD so that I can instantly shoot and then press it like there. Like, this guy is not touching me and I'm just getting easy damage, and it makes it an easy kill where I take no damage from him. Whereas if I couldn't do that, it would be a lot harder. And then another thing that's really important is just make sure there's always stuff between you and your opponent so that they can't hit you in spots like this. Like, you just don't want to take damage when you don't have to. So try and hit them when they can't hit you. Like, if they're facing the other direction like that guy was, it's easier than like if you're both looking at each other, because then they can hit you too. Whereas they just can't hit you if you do what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just gotta hold your ground on them just to get off easy damage shots like that. And then I didn't even realize there was another guy right there because he was crouch walking or something. And I rely on footsteps. I don't use headphones, so I never really can tell based on sounds of where people are. I rely on like the footsteps and the shot things that show up on the screen. So crouch walkers get me sometimes, so I'll just have no idea they're there. But like, you want to make sure that the enemies are not separating. You're not separating the enemies, so like you're not between them. Because if you're getting sprayed from a bunch of sides, it is really easy to die. But I just have launch pads in this game, and it makes it so much easier to get from one place to another. And I think that's what changes this game as far as how to do. That was a mistake, by the way, right there. I should not have jumped down. I should have held my high ground. And I kind of panicked and wasted a launch pad just so I could reload my stuff and then get back above them. Because I built up and then I jumped right down, which is not a good thing to do. So that was a mistake, and it obviously didn't cost me because I still win the game and all, but it definitely made this fight a lot harder than it could have been. I could have gotten an easy knock if I just stayed up. Right here I lag. So after I made the edit, I just got stuck in the edit thing because I was lagging because my Wi-Fi's not that great and it gets really bad spikes. But if I hadn't lagged there, I probably would have gotten 2 knocks or so. But I only got 1. A little scary situation here where I managed to avoid that guy and then get some heals off. And that's really important too, to just always build up above them when they're equal level to you. Like, that guy was right next to me. He could have gotten me if I hadn't been able to build up quick enough. So it's important to do the little things like that. This fight is an example of where not thirsting helps me a lot, because it usually is easy to knock them even after they've been revived, because they'll be like one shots a lot of the time. And the guys wasted time reviving different people and stuff like that. So it made the whole fight overall a lot easier, because I knocked a lot of these guys more than once. And it just helps out when they're reviving them, because then they're not spraying at you when they're doing that stuff. So it's a lot easier. And then an important thing, I think, is to not take anyone for granted. Like, I probably should have built above him instead of just jumping around, because if he hit a lucky shot off me, it could have been bad news. But at this point, I had 24 with 11 left, and it's really important to not panic because I had 24 with 11 left, so I know I can get a 34 at this point. And then, like, obviously I get a little bit nervous, excited and stuff when that happens, so it's really important to just not freak out, stay relaxed, that kind of stuff, because if you do freak out, it's going to make it a whole lot harder to have a good game. And then in situations like this where there were guys sniping far away at us, I was in the rift zone area and I really hate that area. I just launch padded out because I really didn't like the situation, and that's really important to do that in spots that aren't looking good for you or that you just aren't comfortable with. You're about to see what cost me the 30. I get a 29 and I should have gotten a 30, but right here I make this guy a one shot, and instead of going for the finish on him to get him, I heal up, and I should have just gone for the finish on him because someone else ends up getting him, and if I'd gotten him, it would have been 30. It was only 29. I mean, it's only one difference, but it's a lot more satisfying to get 30 opposed to 29, obviously. So yeah, if you get him one shot, try and get the quick finish on him, just so that you don't do what I did and end up going one short. It's just stupid. A lot of you guys ask me to add you and play with you and stuff like that, duos, squads, whatever, or want a 1v1. If you made it to this point in the video and want to play with me, go ahead, comment Colton Clapped Santa, and then comment your epic name after that, and I'll add everyone who comments Colton Clapped Santa and then has their epic name, because that shows you're loyal, you watched the whole video more or less, and you're probably subscribed or at least a supporter of the channel, and I really appreciate that stuff. So comment Colton Clapped Santa and your epic if you want me to add you and then play with you at some point. Thank you, by the way, if you did make it this far. I really appreciate it. If you have like a weird epic username, like your Fortnite name has weird characters or stuff like that, comment it and then send me a friend request at ColtonBrown31. Comment the stuff I told you to comment and then say your epic name, just so that I don't have to try and figure out what Greek letters you have and that weird stuff. But yeah, and this is the last guy. I pretty much been just messing around with him. Like at first I didn't know if he was good or not, so I was just, if he's good I was going to take him serious, but obviously he wasn't. I realized that pretty quick. So then he launches away. I hit him out of the air. He's one shot. I find him just healing, not even noticing him there. And I just toy them for a second. And then, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, like, in the last guy spots, there's a lot of times where there'll be a last guy that'll try to trap, kill, or pickaxe and stuff like that. I think it's important to kind of know where you're at. Like, if it's a guy that could one-pump you, it's just not worth it to ruin such a good game over something silly like that at the end. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.